Maternity don't finish. Reality don't set in. Maternity don't finish. Reality don't set in. With the meal, I'm very mindful and I'm very hearty. Let's talk reality. How I've been able to survive the past 3 months without pay. How I'm able to survive without pay as a new mom. Working class mom. So yeah, that's what this video is all about. So if this seems like something that's gonna interest you, you know what to do, guys. Like this video and keep watching. Ensure you watch to the very end because I'm going to be spilling the tea. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I've been up to, how am I planning to go back to work, and what are the things I'm putting in place to ensure that I return to work fully, and how I've been surviving the past few months. And I will give you guys the breakdown. Sometime last year, December 2023, I had my baby. Few days before then, I went on maternity leave 11th of December. I had my baby a day before I went on maternity leave officially. Before then, I was already on leave because I had lots of leave days I needed to use up. So yeah, I started maternity leave 11th of December. And I took 9 months. So you are entitled to take maternity leave of up to 1 year. If you live in the UK and you probably work with the government, you're entitled to 1 year maternity leave. I think all over the UK you're actually entitled to 1 year maternity leave. How you take it, it's not up to you, but you have the privilege of taking either 6 months, you can take 9 months, or you can take a whole 1 year. I think the minimum you can do, I think, is 6 months that you can do. So but with my workplace, because I work with the government, with my workplace I'm entitled to 1 year maternity leave, of which 6 months of the maternity leave is with pay. The remaining 3 months, let's assume you decide to take 9 months, the remaining 3 months is going to be half pay. And if you take 1 year, the remaining 3 months after 9 months is going to be without pay. So I decided I was going to take 9 months because I needed my baby to be 9 months. But my husband and I, we decided I was going to take 9 months. He wanted me to take a whole full year. Well, I said no, I'm going to go crazy not working for a whole year. And aside from me going crazy, another thing that would affect me is I cannot do without money. A whole 3 months without pay, I can't do that. I won't survive. I will not survive. Apart from my financial commitments, I just like to see money in my account. Whether I'm spending it, whether I'm not spending it, I just like money sitting pretty in my account. Let me be seeing it. I know that, yeah, I'm worth something. So yeah, so I said nope, I cannot take 1 year. So we decided I was going to take 9 months. So 9 months started from December up till September, and now my baby is going to be 9 months next month. Yay! Which means party over, back to reality, leave over, and now 9 months is up, and the government have made it possible that even if you decide to go back to work 1 year, 9 months, your baby is entitled to free childcare up to 15 hours. Is that not beautiful? Is that not mind-blowing? So yeah, so for up to 15 hours, your child is going to be entitled to free childcare from the government from age 9 months till 4 years, or to when they go to school, then they're entitled to 15 hours. And from next year, after their first birthday, or after that second birthday, they are now entitled to 30 hours. So my child is going to benefit from the 15 hours from 9 months till when it's 2 years, and that 15 hours is going to increase to 30 hours. But mind you, these nursery people, they are corny. They are corny. Nothing is free in free island. So no matter how you're going to benefit from the 15 hours from the government, which is going to subsidize 15 hours out of your pay, if you are a full-time working mom or a full-time working parent, you would still have to pay something to the child minder or to the nursery, because it's not going to be free. Let's assume that you work 9 to 5, most of them, or you work 7:30 to 5, or 8 to 4, or 8 to 5. Many of these nurseries, many of these crèches, they start by 8 o'clock or they start by 9 o'clock. So those few hours where you have to like run to work early, you have to pay something. Or maybe you close late, either which way you still have to pay something. And some of them will tell you that 22.5 hours is what you will get out of the 30 hours, of which if you are planning for your child to use 30 hours, you still have to pay something. So either which way, you are still going to pay. But for the 15 hours, if you want your child to spend more than 15 hours, because 15 hours is nothing. Most of us, we work 40 hours, we work 37.5. And if your child just has to like do 15 hours, that means the remaining hours that you will be working, you would still have to pay something. And which childcare is not cheap in this country. So thankfully, it's not hourly, it's going to be a daily rate. For the crèche I plan to take my child to now, or the nursery that is going to end up going to, is going to cost us about 500 and something per month, 166 pounds per day. And that's because it's just going for 3 days. Imagine if you had to go for 5 days. Oh well, we are going to go bankruptcy. But God will not allow it. My God is a God of provision. So your child is entitled to childcare, free childcare from the government from age 9 months to when they are 2 years for 15 hours, and from 2 years they get 30 hours. There's a trick to that. That was what we were expecting, that was what we were hoping. And I was planning that, when I go back to work in September, my child, thankfully, I'll be paying reduced amount of money because he's going to be entitled to 15 hours. But unfortunately, they said nope, your child is not entitled to that money. Your child is not entitled to 15 hours. That is how it works. So if you're lucky to have your child from January till 31st of August, your child will be entitled to the 15 hours. If your child is 9 months before September, your child will be entitled to 15 hours. But unfortunately, if your child is going to be 9 months after September, then your child will not be entitled to 15 hours until when a new term starts, which is in January, if that makes sense. So I was thinking, my son is going to get 15 hours come September when it becomes 9 months. And when we went to the nursery, we started applying, we started checking out nurseries. They told me that no, your child is not entitled. You even go on the government website, which is childcarechoices.co.uk, and it will tell you everything you need for your child, what you're entitled to and what you're not entitled to. So on there, they told us that we are not entitled because he is going to be 9 months in September, but he was born in December. Even if the child was born 1st of September, the child will still not be entitled to the 15 hours. But if the child was born 31st of August, the child will be entitled to the 15 hours. So yeah, so that is how it works. So if you're pregnant now, or if your child is going to be 9 months and you're looking at nursery and things like that, sorry, your child is not going to be entitled if they are late born until the following term, which is January. That's when they'll be entitled. But the good news is, at least when they become 1 year, my child will be 1 year in December, and when it becomes 2 years, which is going to be December next year, it will be entitled to 30 hours from January 2026, if that makes sense. God sparing everybody's life, God sparing our lives. So yeah, so that is how that works, and that is one of the things I had to put in place, ensure that nursery is settled for him. How have I been surviving on the past 3 months where I've been receiving half pay? So I'm going to share some of the things I put into consideration as soon as I knew that the 6 months was up. The remaining 3 months I was going to be on half pay. I had so many money commitments, of which first thing first I had to reduce them. I was saving about £1,000 or £900 thereabouts. I had to cut down or my savings. I was saving in two places. One was a loan that I was paying back, so I could not really reduce money on that, so I left that. But my savings, I reduced it from £500 to £50, because that is what my half salary would accommodate. House rent, council tax, my phone bill has to go out of my account every month. I'm not talking about phone bill to make call now. I'm talking about the phone bill for purchasing of my phone, because I bought it off credit. So to pay that off, at the end of 6 months, I collected the salary for the 6th month. I removed the money to pay off the phone. For the next 3 months, I saved it in one place. Another place where I cut off money was Netflix. I was paying about £11.99. I first of all reduced that one to £5, because there's no point. My parents that I was placing them on salary, I also could not meet up with that commitment because I wasn't being paid. So wherever I had money commitment, I first of all sealed it, so I'm not in debt anywhere. So things that are unnecessary, that I don't need to buy, I ensured that I wasn't buying things that I couldn't afford, managed what I had. So that was how I was able to survive to £184 per week. That is what your pay is going to be, especially when you have done, I think, 26 weeks before you go on maternity leave. That was what I thought, but what actually happened was I was getting half of my salary for the remaining 3 months, and the money I was getting as half of my salary, I think I was getting paid £260, or I was getting paid 300 and something for each month. Even the one that I got paid 300 and something was because I used something they call kit days. So I knew that I'll be going back to work next month, and I needed to familiarize myself with what is going on at my workplace. So when I return to work, also manage this separation anxiety, you getting used to the fact that you're going to be leaving your child. And for each day I turn up at work, they pay me full day salary. If I go to work for 2 hours, they will pay me full day salary. And I was thinking, my full day salary is big money. My full day salary is not for anything, just £54 per day. Can you imagine that? I don't know if all jobs do that, but my job, they give you the opportunity to you have 10 days out of your maternity leave to go to work, familiarize yourself with what's going on. Some of us, we just use that period to update your password that has expired. Maybe you have to sign in into your work account and things like that. You need to upgrade those things so that they are back to where they are supposed to be, and when you come back to work, you are not doing those things. You can start your work fully. So that is one of the ways I was able to survive. That extra money, that extra cash. I'm excited to go back to work. Not because I want to go back to work, but because of the money. Because of the money. I love working. I know that when I get back to work, I would go back into it and enjoy it again. But when you've gone on leave for a while, and you are used to being at home, waking up at your own time, but now you have to wake up at work time. I'm excited to go back. And at least, if not for anything, for the money. It's not going to be easy, but I know God is our strength. So you're a working mom and you're soon to go back to work, don't be scared. There are so many things available for you. Something they also call tax credit account. Every £80 you put in the tax credit account, the government put £20. So whatever percentage that is, you do the math. I think that's 2%. So if you put £8, they will put £2. So to make it £10. So you can also use that small money to pay up to complement the money that you are paying for nursery. So let's assume that your nursery fee for a whole month is £800. So if you put is £1,000, if you put £800 in there, the government will top up with £200, if that makes sense. So which is not too bad. It's also something to help you. So those are some of the plans that I'm putting into place. And a week to when I'm actually going to resume to work, I'm going to stock up the house, cook, clean up the house, things that I know that are going to stress me out. I'm going to do that. But mentally, I'm trying to get back into fitness, because my job is all about fitness and brain and hard work and God's grace and mercy. So I'm trying to get back into fitness. I'm trying to lose weight and not be too fat. I'm trying to ensure that my uniform, my clothes still fit me. If you are like me, save oh, save oh. If you are taking 9 months or 1 year, please ensure you save very well, save for the raining days, because it's not easy. You think you will not need this money, but it's not easy. You that have been seeing big money before, then suddenly you are seeing small money. But if you're financially savvy, you would not struggle. Yeah, so thank you very much. That's everything I would like to share with you guys. I hope you've been blessed with this video. If you have, please like this video so it can reach more people. Share with your friends. See you guys in the next one. It's bye for now, and stay grounded in God, stay blessed, and be financially savvy. Bye for now, guys. Mwah.
Hope you still want me. I hope you still need me.